Hello everybody, how is it going? And welcome back to another episode of Drives in the Xotic 3. Today we are going to be checking out the Xotic AC Booster. Before we dive into the pedal, let's check out the amp and the cab we're going to be using. We are using the Bluetone Oh Hi, and we are using the 412 Rumble 12L57A cab, factory number 903. If you want to check that one out, let's check out the settings for the AC Booster. Now, it's called the Xotic ACB in the Xotic, but it's based off of the Xotic AC Booster right there. So what I did for this was I actually used it on a purely clean tone, because this is the clean tone without the drive in front. A regular old standard clean tone, and I put the drive in front, and it gives it a nice flavor. Now, the AC Booster is the cousin to the BB Pre, which we covered on the very first episode of Drives on the Xotic 3. And this one is a little bit more hairy. It kind of gets more into more of a fuzz zone. It's a lot fatter than what the BB Pre is. And as you can see here, it's a dark pedal, so I'll put all the treble up, and I actually just used the volume to kind of like get me that drive that I wanted. Let me just jack this down a little bit, and then I'll put the volume up so you can hear the effect that it has. As you can hear, as you put the level up, you get a little bit more distortion, get a little bit more color going in there. And it's not really recommended to use this pedal with a clean tone per se, but I've actually find that it sounds pretty good when you put it kind of in front of a clean amp. If you want just a little bit of, a little bit of coloration, and I find it sounds alright. Now, the drive on this thing is absolutely insane, because watch, I'm barely gonna put it up and watch the effect that it has. By the way, I'm using a G&L Legacy Special Strat with DiMarzio injector pickups. As you can see, you barely need any little drive to get anything really hairy. Let's actually check out the pedal a little bit. Like I said before, this is what it looks like. This is EX Drive Guide. I'm going to put a link to that in the description if you want to check that out. The X tip for this is to use the drive really low, compensate with level, and use it to thicken an already rhythm or lead tone. And we're actually going to check that out a little bit. And this is some more information on the pedal. If you want to watch some really cool videos, make sure you come here and you watch these videos, because these are actually really good. And it shows you a real life representation of the pedal outside of the Xotic. And the EQ on it is active, so you can cut 15 dB plus or minus with it, which is really nice. Because as you saw before in here, I actually turned up the treble because it was kind of dark, so that's why I did that. Moving right along, let's see what it sounds like when we put it in a little distortion. So this is the Bluetone lead, same amp, just with a little bit of drive on it. And this is what it sounds like without the pedal. Let's leave it right at that. That already sounds pretty good. Now let's go back into the booster. Yeah, it definitely thickened things up. It slams a lot of mids in there, makes it really nice and desirable. I think it sounds pretty good. I like it. It gives it a little bit more balls. It gives it a little bit more flavor, if you will. Now, let's actually check it out in the actual preamp section. So each amp in the Xotic 3, you can go in the preamp section and you have access to all of these different drive pedals right here. Let's see what this sounds like inside of here. Now, you bypass the actual like EQ controls when you do it right here, so it's just like the boost itself. So you can see what I mean. Watch, let's just mess with it a little bit. In this instance, I like the pedal one better because this booster is very dark. There's a lot of mids in there. It's very dark by itself, and I find boosting up that treble a little bit, it helps a lot. And I didn't mess with anything else in here. I didn't mess with the EQ. I was slowly on basic, turned some knobs, and tried to get it to sound good. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's actually going to wrap things up for the AC Booster here on drives of the Xotic 3. Hey, if this is your first time here, if you've been here before, make sure you subscribe because we've been going through all the drives in the Xotic 3, and we also go over all of the amps in the Xotic 3. I don't want you to miss any of that. If you thought this video was cool, give me a thumbs up. That would be really appreciated by me. Thank you so much for checking this out. Really appreciate it a lot. I'm going to catch you in the next one, guys. I'm going to have to be out. Peace.